I'm a feminist.
Oh, shit.
I am a
Okay, so this is a Jubilee video. I've been wanting to do this for a while. This video just came out. It's about feminism, and I think it's like this contradictory subject. Feminism, I think it's to believe men and women are equal and their aspirations, they can achieve just as much. But some people don't think that. I think that's my opinion on feminism. That's what I think it is. Well, I think men and women are equal. Okay, and yeah, I'm excited to watch this. And can I play this?
a feminist.
I'm a feminist.
I'm a feminist.
I'm a feminist.
I'm a feminist.
Alrighty.
How do we feel about women having rights?
Yes.
I'm for that.
Really cool thing.
Awesome.
The more the merrier.
What would you say is the most feminist thing about you yourself?
I believe women should be paid the same across the board, not just white women, but women of color. You can't be a person of color and not believe that women should have the same rights as I, as a black person. So that's why I'm a feminist. And I believe that feminism is about women being equal, period.
Yeah. You guys define feminism.
Like an advocacy for equity in the institutions for women, right? Not just in the economy and society, but also in government and other positions of power.
Like I looked over and I saw, like, not to hate anyone that wears running shoes, but like I saw the running shoes and I just assumed. I think that's just like a trope
There's an anti-feminist. Someone thinks women are lesser here.
that like a lot of like anti-feminists, like right-wingers, dress more for comfort than style.
That's definitely feminist. 100%. Like I can bet my house. I don't own a house. I can like make a loan on it just to bet. That's the feminist. He got me fooled.
So it's just a stereotype that I was playing on.
I think supporting women in all areas. So
Wait, like, yeah, maybe dressing like that could just be the trick. I saw this one time, this one gay guy. There was one fake gay, but no one was really gay. And he was wearing a crop top and everything. He had me fucking fooled.
reproductive rights, work pay rights, all that type of stuff. And I think being a voice for the ones that can't speak up, because I find myself getting into arguments with people because I'm like, I will like really like have this conversation with you. So I think just always supporting them no matter what.
My eye immediately went to Emma. I was like, that very much could be a conservative woman in this group, just based on her outfit. It was a great outfit. She looked great. I guess my view on feminism is that it goes beyond women as well. Like, we include trans people in there, and like by uplifting women and trans people, you then see a better society and environment for like men and like other people. You said something.
So she's saying a society with no discrimination is a better society. Wow. That's deep.
About agreeing with women no matter what they do. Like, I fully disagree. I feel like feminism, you have to hold women accountable. Like, there are women like J.K. Rowling who like leading and spearheading a transphobia movement in the UK, and you can't like hide behind feminism when you were literally hurting women and
Oh,
children.
totally. I feel like that was just like a broad statement when I say supporting women. I think for me, when I was in a workplace run by men, I feel like I couldn't stand up to like the plate and step up and really like talk about how I'm feeling, because I would just get shut down. So I think like in those situations, I mean, like if there's like no one.
Yeah, no, just nowhere. I got yelled at for asking about vegetables. Bro, imagine I told him I didn't enjoy him yelling at me. Bro, I would have been fired on the spot. That's not a feminist thing. You're not like, they don't give a shit about your emotions when you're at work. Just, I don't know. I mean, I'd like to talk about my emotions at work. I mean, I have a new boss, and he's very nice. I can talk to my emotions about it with him. But I've worked in a lot of places. I've had a lot of jobs, and emotions are not important. It's not a feminist thing.
One that can like support someone, like you should support them and educate them in a way.
What do you usually do in instances where you're like shot down by a man in power, you could say?
Well, nowadays it's different.
Okay.
If I was saying a few years ago, I would just kind of like rebuttal and just go about and do what they want me to do. But now I have a voice, and I will kind of, there's not like something equal. I will just point out the fact that, hey, that's not fair. Like, it's just a thing of being strong and powerful, I think.
And so what do men do in those situations?
Women a lot of the time aren't taken seriously by men in the patriarchy. I think it's really important for us to like let our voices be heard and uplift their voices.
Keep each other in check.
Yeah, allow
Yeah.
a platform for women to speak, let their voices be heard, because that's the most effective way to dismantle ignorance.
His speech seemed very
Giving a platform. I feel like that doesn't always work. A hot platform for something. What was something that people just don't shut the fuck up about? I don't know.
very practiced or thought out. It didn't seem natural. I think also just putting women in leadership at my work.
Okay, I'm gonna base this on like appearances only. Like, who I think it's the one. Being a feminist, I doubt a woman wouldn't be a feminist. So like initially, I'm thinking it's the two guys on the right, a blue shirt. He's the guy to the most right is tall, and I don't think he'd have nothing to prove. But the guy, the other one, the one on the left with like the red shorts, with the red shirt on, like he's in pajamas. That's cool. I think he has something to. He hates the world, so it would be him.
Work, all of leadership is all women.
Yeah.
And I feel the safest there compared to other workplaces where I've been kind of like duking it out with the boss man kind of thing.
My bosses are all women too. And
That's genuine. That's genuine.
Of course.
I will say that traditionally I have had issues with women being my boss, but as
You hate
I've,
to see
as
a strong woman.
As
That's what
I've
you're
grown,
saying.
See, that guy's just being honest. He's just being honest. Like, it's like saying I don't like this guy and he happens to be black. I love everyone, but like saying I hate that person and it happens to be him, when he's just being natural right now, and he didn't think of that, so he's definitely not the other one out.
as I've grown educationally,
Yeah.
now that I know women's roles, and so I agree with you with that assessment that women in leadership, it is just something about it. I feel safe.
I've never had a woman as a boss. Discrimination. I've heard women tend to want to prove themselves more because it's an authority position, and you got to work harder as a woman to get in a position of power.
Safer too.
And I grew up with a family of brothers, so I was always having to like fight to say anything, and also a Hispanic household, so a lot of times it was like the woman's here to serve and all of that, and having like grown up with that kind of like mindset made me go the complete opposite. You know what I'm saying?
If you like this episode and you want to see more, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Now let's figure out who the mole is.
What's the word? Moral.
I think when people tend to use a lot of dictionary definitions, they were either studying up on it. I mean, you don't have to go Merriam-Webster on us and trying to explain it.
You know, Emma, she's a little too comfortable and uncomfortable at the same time, if that makes any sense. Good luck, everybody.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yep. I had a weird hunch that it was coming. I'm very formal, so that can make it seem like I'm kind of more nervous or more studied, rehearsed.
I want to expand on what you said. I'm wondering
Well, I might be wrong. I might be wrong.
how you guys feel about trans women in women's sports.
I'm down.
Oh shit. They're going at it.
I'm a trans person myself, and I think the root of that problem tends to stem we're protecting children, but you can't say you're protecting children if you're kicking out trans children. It is like a non-starter, and it distracts from, I think, more imperative issues with like the banning of gender-affirming care and like housing, and that's one of my biggest problems with like modern-day feminism is that
Nah, you deviated the fuck out of the subject. I just can't, I really can't agree with that, because as a fucking transsexual man, okay, no, I don't know how I should phrase this. I want to be politically correct. I believe transsexuals have every fucking right to change their gender. It's their decision. I don't want to get too much into it because it's very contradictory, and like I think like there might be some abuse for children, maybe not push an ideology so much because young minds are very impressionable. I don't have a very strong opinion about it, except for sports competing. I think really, I just see it at the gym. You know, I work out and I've never seen a woman bench 2 plates in like real life, and I've seen men all the time 3 plates, 2 plates, like it's nothing. And just having broader shoulders is a genetical that's not a word, genetical advantage that being born a man have. There's so much little opportunity for women to compete in sport, and having such a strong genetic advantage due to the fact that you've grown up with testosterone and much more of it, your muscles are built different, and you know, it's just not fair. It's just not fair. So I want to see where they go with this.
That it tends to center rich, cis-het white women. And I'm like, that's weird.
No, 100%.
How do you feel?
Well, yeah, I just want to see, because I was wondering, I don't know how the casting works. I don't know if there's any turfs or swerfs in the group, because I don't determine that to be feminism.
Slay.
Because like for me, trans women are women, so we should be protecting all women, not just cis women.
I have no problem with about sports and stuff, but I also don't want to silence the J.K. Rowlings of the world, because I believe in democracy, and I believe to know your enemy, I want them to speak. That's how they used to do things in the old days. That's what the KKK does. They hide their face.
Sure.
I want to know who they are, and I want them to speak freely so you know who the enemy is.
Sometimes they get a little violent though, and it turns into other things.
I think I understand what you mean. Like you agree with free speech, but not to the point where it should like restrict someone else. Like you don't have
No, but
ill will towards
I
trans
definitely
people.
want the J.K. Rowlings and the Marjorie Taylor Greens to talk. I want them to talk because I want to know who they are.
They sound so stupid.
Well, stupid, but you also want to know who they are.
I don't know about the J.K. Rowling thing, so I can't say anything about that.
Emma, what do you think? You haven't said anything.
I'm kind of like, I'm not against it. I'm not like so much. I feel like I don't have a clear answer, because in like with like kids, like when you talk about kids doing it, I don't think with children, I think everyone should, like everyone's the same, they have the same strengths and everything like that. But I think in like professional sporting situations, I might need to educate myself more on this. So this might be like what I need to come out of.
Bro, she's talking like me. I don't want to say anything too bad.
Say and do, but I think trans women still have like more strength than women. Like, but even saying that, like they're women, but I feel like it's not even exactly.
She compared trans women to women, referring to cis women as the women, and like kind of then referring to trans women as not women. I was like, oh, it might be her.
Like they have an advantage, you would say?
Yeah, like a slight advantage.
So you might be again.
And it might be her, but being like not pro-trans, does that make you an anti-feminist? I don't think so. Like she very well could be transphobic and hiding it, but still be a feminist, you know?
Against it, maybe.
I mean, see, I don't want to say that though, because then I'm not really supporting all women.
Okay.
But
So if it's professional, let's be honest. If you're good, you're good. I think if a transgender woman went up to play tennis against Serena Williams, and it's a transgender woman, she'd probably more than likely lose.
Yeah, because Serena Williams is one of the greatest of all time.
So when we talk about strength,
but that you know, there is a genetical advantage for men in sports, but that doesn't mean women can't beat men like in tennis. So depending on the sport also.
strength and stuff, sometimes it's just skill.
yeah, so I think for sure, like there's some that like they're absolutely even, but I think in very limited areas of sport, then like there might be a slight advantage.
Bro, we're doing the same thing.
But things, yeah, like tennis
Bro, I might be an anti-feminist or a feminist. I'll fucking see at the end of this.
and soccer, like those type of things are all skill.
A lot of people get mad at trans women in sports when in reality, majority of trans women that compete in sports currently aren't doing that well. It's not like there's like a crazy big advantage. A lot of them are on hormones for like a long time. Like it's even gotten to the point where we're trying to make cis women who have high testosterone way lower.
So it's a regulated thing, so I wouldn't worry too much.
That's actually a good idea, but you're not it's not inclusive anyways. So I don't know
about it.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and a lot of times, let's just call it what it is. It's just about people's religion. It's about your ideology, your religion.
Yeah.
And which, again, has no place in.
They're shielding their hate.
Yeah, as Jesus said so.
Not so much what he was saying or stating, but the fact that he was just giving.
Hear me out. the fact that I believe myself to be a feminist. I've never spoken out against women, but as that stands, she's less educated on the subject. I'm not very educated on the subject. Maybe I should be more. I should be more educated on the subject. But the fact that usually people are much more passionate about these types of things. So yeah, I'd vote Emma.
Me information overload. I was like, you kind of distracted me from what we were actually
That's kind of dumb though.
discussing.
When the question of sports came up, Emma immediately kind of withdrew.
Yeah, as a trans person, I wouldn't like Emma. Obviously not, because she's talking against trans opportunity, and that reflects directly on Emmett. So yeah, obviously Emmett isn't gonna like Emma.
And also, like, as a trans person, I'm just immediately like, that's suspicious to me.
Get the fuck.
Good luck.
I could have easily just agreed and played the game and got to the end. But I know this is a game, but I think it's also a game of topics and conversation. So I'm not mad about getting voted out and how it went.
If you think...
Yeah, it's like a debate thing. Yeah, I agree with that. I think, yeah, I'd fuck myself over too on that show. Yeah, Emma.
the mole could still be in the box and you want to continue playing the game, please raise your hand.
I think we're set.
I will still vote to continue, but if you guys want to end it, I'm cool with ending it.
The light turns green. That means you have voted out the mole and you all win. If the lights turn red, that means the mole is still in the box and you lose.
Okay, final vote. It was pink shirt. It was pink shirt. Pink shirt fucking over everyone. He played it. He played it fucking great. They played it great. They played
3,
That's weird.
2, 1.
Let's go. Oh my god. My bad. I was scared.
I knew it.
Okay.
May the mole step forward in 3, 2,
Bro, I'm gonna be mad if it's the original blue shirt guy.
1.
Step right up, whoever it is.
Yeah.
There is no
Oh damn, bro.
mole.
Yeah, checks out.
My bad.
I'm so sorry. I just knew it was you.
First impressions, right?
So here's the thing. The mole actually never showed up, but we still wanted you all to play the game.
This was a good one.
I was shocked. I was for certain we kicked out the mole. We were done, case closed.
Damn, bro. I got bamboozled.
And I feel like I was probably too quick to judge.
I think it's an
Yeah, me too. I'm sorry. I don't know you, Emma.
interesting social experiment to see infighting even within these groups. Getting a bunch of feminists in the room and seeing who points to another one and say, I don't think you're a feminist.
It is interesting, but that's the premise.
Extremely interesting to me. And also extremely interesting that I was the first one out.
I felt some hesitation about coming on the show just because I didn't want to come off as someone, as a man, accusing women of not being feminists, because it's a really weird
Did I misgender this person? I love you, Sweeney.
position to be in. I'm like, is it corny to go on a show and be like a male feminist? But like, no, it shouldn't be.
I think walking away from this, I really want to educate myself more on transgender
Bro, goddamn.
women. That's something I've learned.
You cannot be about democracy, equality, freedom, and all this stuff, and then sit up here and have barriers in place for somebody because of their gender. I think it's just our job as people to be accepting and loving and just say, I'm here to listen. How much is this?
Yeah, that's nice. Like if you enjoyed. This was my first time trying this shit out. And yeah, it was cool.
I've never seen so